Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus. This week we're playing some more Simic Merfolk in Modern. So originally I was planning to do his Jumpstart Historic Horizons, but that got delayed, so we're going to have to wait another week or so before we can actually get to play that. So in the meantime, let's just jam Modern again. This list is very similar to what we played the last time, and yeah, I don't really want to make too many changes to it. I don't know that there reasonably are that many changes we could make to it that are really going to fix the problems it has. The only card that I think might be a little bit different is Torpor Orb, just because the Elementals deck is showing up a fair bit, and Torpor Orb is like the best thing to play against them for us, so turns off all of the pitch stuff that they're doing, so that really helps. You know, disabling cards like Fury is super important, I think. And I believe it also turns off the Risen Reef too, so that's very nice. Yeah, it's going to be very hard for them to answer the orb, so they need to have something like Force of Vigor, I guess. And outside of that, yeah, that card should hose them pretty well. But otherwise, we're basically running the same thing we had before. Now, it's possible maybe you could like play around with the number of like tricksters or something, but I think this is close enough that we should just run it like this. We're probably still going to struggle versus Hammer Time if we come up against it. That match is just going to be very hard. There's not a whole lot that we can do about it, and I don't know. We just have to suck it up. But I think we're reasonable against a lot of other stuff, so I'm willing to try this again and see how it goes. Alright, so let's go and take it into a league. Okay, here we go. We are on the play. This hand's not very good. We only have 2 creatures we have to mulligan. Fuck, why does this always happen? Like, nope, I guess we're going to 5. Let's keep this. I guess Tide Shaper and 1 Speaker go in the bottom. Oh, fuck. So I don't like starting off a league on a mull to 5. It does not feel good. No, this is not good. This means we're getting like Thought Seized on a mulligan. Oh, ignoble. Okay, well, that's not really much better. Which means we're probably up against like some kind of black-green deck. Great. Well, we can't play anything else this turn, so we only have Kumena Speaker up right now. Our opponent did not mulligan, right? I think they kept 7. Yeah. Oh, there's Liliana. That's gonna be a problem. Turn 2 Liliana, and they played the Hydra land. I guess we're getting rid of Borrower because we're not. There's no reasonable chance that we're casting it. Alright, well, let's put our Kumena Speaker in play. So I guess I need to draw a land. That's good enough. Because if they take up Liliana, I can at least flash in the Trickster now. Beating Jund on 5 cards is like very difficult. Well, I guess that could have gone worse. There's a Tarmogoyf. There's multiple Tarmogoyfs. Alright, so there's really not any good way for us to kill this thing. I guess I just attack it with both of these things and just Vial in a Lord otherwise. At least that way if Tarmogoyf blocks. Okay, well they're just walking into this, so this actually is very good. They just lost 2 Tarmogoyfs for their greed. I guess we get rid of the... we don't have Glasspull Mimic in our deck, so I guess we get rid of Trickster. On the off chance that maybe they have like Engineered Explosives, if they're both 4/4s, I prefer to diversify my mana curve with my creatures. Maelstrom Pulse, okay. It's not actually that bad. Here I think I might want to tick up in case I draw Svyelun. Alright. Alright, we'll play the Cavern. I guess there was an argument where maybe that could have been like Fairy or something in case we draw Borrower, but if I really want to play it as a creature, I could do that with the Vial. We're only on 2 cards, so it doesn't look like they got much. Always no. That's not bad. I guess we just attack with both things here. Okay, that's fine. Now we'll play the Tide Shaper. We will turn the creature land into an island. Okay. That way it's not going to randomly block us. So what did they draw? Obviously wasn't a land. I'm assuming it's like another Fatal Push or something. If it is another Fatal Push, it doesn't actually... Well, they could trade the land with a creature, I guess, so... It's not ideal, but I think I'm okay with that exchange. Trophy, sure. I guess I'm gonna hold the Sanctum for now. We'll put the Fear of Svyelun in them. Doesn't look, they haven't gotten any red sources yet, so I'm not super concerned. It looks like they just drew another land. Well, it's not ideal. Here we actually can't attack into this lair, so we're gonna probably need a Tide Shaper or a Trickster. The Force wasn't a bad pickup. All things considered, we're doing okay because our opponent just like hasn't really... They blundered really hard with those Tarmogoyfs, I think. Yeah, the Force is a great draw here to get rid of that. Now we get another attack in, which is nice. I think you should block with the Ignoble at this point. Just 2 is... I don't know, that's a number I'm not sure I'd want to go to. Now if we draw like a Trickster... Well, okay, they had to have drawn more removal here, I think. I don't actually need to do this right now. I could just wait and just play the Borrower in their turn. Because if they, like, they could activate this, trade with one of these things, push something, so there's not really a good reason to walk into this right now. Yeah. We'll just put all our hopes and dreams in Borrower getting there. Because this thing does not have reach. And it looks like they probably drew another land. Okay, well they just lose, so... Alright. Fuck, man, I don't know, like, there is no reasonable way we should have won that, but I think the opponent blundering that hard with Tarmogoyf that early on was a... Yeah, that was really harsh, so... Like, you should have just let the Liliana die. Like, the odds that Lord just blows you out there are just way too high, I think. Okay. So we want Relic and Spreading Seas. Those are usually pretty good. Aether Gust is not terrible either. So I think if they're playing just straight black-green, then they're probably... Yeah, they have Goyfs, but they also probably have stuff like Hex Drinker and maybe Tireless Tracker. So resetting those with Aether Gust is not bad. Though there's not a whole lot else I want to take out, to be perfectly honest. You could trim like Aether Vial, I guess, and bring that in, but for the most part, I think like... I guess it does deal with the Hydra land too. I'm gonna take out one more thing. I gotta be honest, like, I don't really need a whole lot here. Maybe I could just take out like 2 Aether Vials. I'll do it like this. I don't want to overdo it on like Aether Gust, but definitely the card's fine. I think we have like a pretty good chance. Not actually all that excited by this, but I will keep it. I don't like mulliganing a lot against these kind of decks if we have a playable curve, and we actually do, so even if they like Thoughtseize us, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Like here, I could just Tideshaper the Overgrown Tomb. That would probably be good. Okay. Like, that's another good target. Like, they're not going to attack with this thing, so... And I think, yeah, I'm okay with this trade. Because we can potentially just reset this with Brazen Borrower if they try to put stuff on it, so... There's Liliana. That's okay. Ideally, I would like to draw at least one more land, so then maybe I can play 2 creatures here. I guess I didn't play another one of these, so maybe just keeping them off of green mana is going to be a recipe to success. You could potentially Trickster this thing and attack. I guess I could play a Lord, but that's still dangerous. Alright, we'll choose Brazen Borrower. So we don't actually have the 3rd mana to play it right now. That's fine. So I guess I could tap down this. I only have 1 green, so I could easily dismember this thing. The problem is, if they have, like, Fatal Push, then what's going to happen is I will attack, they'll Fatal Push the Lord and then block here. And if they're going to block and kill this thing, I would much prefer them do it with Confidant. So here, I'll force them to use the Fatal Push on the Tideshaper, or give up the Confidant if they want to save Liliana. Which I kind of think that they do, actually. Let's see what they got going on. Yeah, that's fine. This is a reasonable exchange in my opinion. So I only have one card left. And I have the Dismember now. I can kill off this thing. They might just pitch the Liliana. Yeah, this is actually fine with me too because this thing dies. So drawing a land here would be great. I just Dismember this and play a Lord. That would be fantastic. I really would like to do this, but I need to kill this thing right now. So if I guess I just need to draw like a land here. Okay, well they don't have anything they can cast, so that's nice. Alright, let's play a Lord. I want to save the Trickster for later. Well, they don't have Fatal Push because they didn't kill it, so maybe they have like Maelstrom Pulse. Ooh. Okay, yeah, no, called that. Alright. That's good because it got it out of their hand so they don't kill my Svyelun. Alright. I still think this is fine because if they have another Pulse, I want them to use it in this. Clear the way for this Svyelun. Alright. So what do they have? It can't be lands, right? Because I think they missed playing a land for a turn. They're just playing nothing. This is really... Maybe it's like Veil of Summer? Well, this will give my guys ward, so... Let's see. Okay. So they did have removal that turn. Alright, well, they might have an answer to this Svyelun, but they might not have one to this one, so we might see another Pulse. But Liliana wouldn't be good enough. All things considered, that's fine, actually, because I can just gust that away. I guess let's attack first, and then we'll Aether. You might want to do this now, just in case they, Or, you know, an option is we could just attack with Svyelun. I don't know if I want to cast the Aether Gust, because if I do, they might be holding a Veil of Summer. That's definitely possible. We'll just attack with Svyelun. If they crack this clue, then I will Aether Gust this thing. Alright, well they're going to eat a Svyelun here. I think I played a land preemptively last turn, which could have been a fuck up. Because there is a possibility they could have fielded this thing right now. I think they're just dead. Yeah, because here, like, it basically doesn't matter what they do. Svyelun's indestructible, so even if they had, like, Damnation, that wouldn't be enough. We might actually be winning this match, like, despite our terrible, terrible start to game 1. So, no, they're desperate. They need something now. Yeah, Damnation wouldn't save you. Svyelun would still kill you. All right, cool. Fuck, that was an uphill battle, but I don't know, like, we just managed to get there. I have to imagine they have something like Veil of Summer still left in their hands. Because I can't think of what else they could have. Like, we did call out the Maelstrom Pulse. Like, that made sense. But they did... I think they still had at least one other card we didn't know about. So, playing around Veil makes sense, because that's definitely the kind of card that this deck might play. Because they want to have answers to stuff like Dismember and Aether Gust. But, yeah, Svyelun really good here. I'm just playing lots of Lords, and we made some good trades, I think. Taking out that Dark Confidant was pretty big. Totally worth the risk there. Yeah, in game 1, that fucking play with the Lord off the Vial and killing 2 Tarmogoyfs, that was just fantastic. Because if we did not kill those 2 Tarmogoyfs in that swing, like, it would have been extremely difficult for us to actually fight through that. Because that was basically our only chance to, like, really make a smart attack there, and they just kind of walked into it, and we were just gambling that we didn't have one of our 12 Lords in hand. So I don't know what to say. That was a calculated risk on their part, and they lost that gamble. And then, you know, yeah, that was a huge swing in that match. And then this game, we just managed to have a reasonable curve out here, despite there was a little bit of clunk to it. You know, we didn't have like a huge amount of power, but the multiple Tide Shapers really got the job done by making it awkward for them to cast spells with just the Overgrown Tomb as their only green source. So forced them to make some tough trades, and yeah, that worked out pretty well. So yeah, Svyelun, this one's for you. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Please thumbs up, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take it easy, everybody.